and welcome to the logo quiz. So this is a quiz that is going to test you on your knowledge of all those famous logos that you see all the time, and to see whether actually you remember what each one is. Good luck, everyone. So the first round is going to be close-up logos, and there's going to be different groups of logos that I'm going to show you that have all been zoomed in on, and it's whether you can figure out what that little piece of logo is and write that down. So here are the first 5. So you've got all 5 here, and these are all sporting logos. So have a look at all of these and see whether you can figure out what the zoomed in part is. Now, some of them I think are a little trickier than others. Most of them are sports brands, but there is one that is just a logo that is to do with sport. So have a look and see whether you can figure out what each of these logos is. Moving on, these next logos are different restaurants. So have a look at these different logos and see whether you can figure out which restaurant each of these are from. Have a look and see whether there are any clues, any of the words you may recognise, because these are all restaurant logos. Going to give you a little longer to have a look, and then we will move on. Okay, this next set of logos is food. So these are all different food brands. There's some sweet brands, some crisp brands, and then I'm going to give you a clue, and then a cereal brand that you have got here. So have a look and see whether you can recognise what each one of these logos is when they are close up. Moving on, these next logos are all chocolate logos. So have a look and see if you can recognise the names of these different chocolate bars. I think there are some clues in here, but I think some of these could be a little trickier. So have a look. These are all chocolate bars. So if you write all of those down, these are all different brands of chocolate. Hopefully you are doing this after lunch and not before lunch, and so that this is not making you too hungry. Next logo we have is drinks brands. So these are all different drinks that you may find. So have a look at these logos. Again, some of them have got some words in which might be able to help you and help you figure out what these different drinks brands are. But these are all zoomed in drinks brands logos. So have a look and see whether you can recognise what any of these are. Now, I think this one's going to be quite tricky. These are all different car logos. They are all different car logos, and there are less of these that have got words in or letters in that might help you. These are all different car logos. So have a look at these and see whether you can recognise any of them. I think this is probably the trickiest round of this set of questions. These are all different car logos. So have a look and see whether you can recognise anyone. Okay, moving on. The next round is going to be football clubs. So I have taken some well-known or some well-known, some maybe not so well-known football logos and have either removed their names or have blurred their names in some way. And what you have got to do is tell me which football club has this badge. So this is the first football club that we are going to look at, the badge for this football club. Now this club is a London club. I'm going to give you that clue there for you. As you can see, it is a blue and white badge that we are looking at, which could be a clue as well. With what looks like a lion on the front there. So have a think whether you know any maybe London football clubs that play in blue and white that you might recognise this badge. Okay, moving on to the next badge. We have got this one here. So this is red. It says football club on there, and it was established in 1892. This club is a little further north, and has got a bird on the front. Now, there's a special type of bird that when we come to the answers, I will explain to you. So have a look and see whether you recognise this football club. They are currently doing very, very well this season. Who is this football club and what badge does this represent? Moving on to the next football club, we have got a bird here on a football. That bird is a cockerel. This is another London club for you, and you can see they are navy and white, so maybe that is a clue that they play in navy and white. If their logo is navy and white. Let's move on to the next one. The next one here, I'm hoping that a few more people are going to recognise. There's a lovely little clue on there. It says Albion, but I would like the full name of this football team. There is a seagull on the front, and it is blue and white. So have a think. Who are maybe nicknamed the Seagulls that play in blue and white that you should probably be a bit more aware of? Have a think about that. Now, this one here, if some of you have been eagle-eyed, I think that maybe you would have spotted this possibly in my classroom around the school, or so have a think about that. This is actually the logo for the best team in the world. I am not taking questions on that. That is the exact response. They are the best team in the world, and I will not have anyone tell me any different. So have a look. I'm hoping that will give you a little clue. If I am saying it's the best team in the world, there will be some of you I know that know which football team I support, and that is a clue for this one here. They have got a lovely red, white and black logo, which maybe helps us understand that they play in red. This is another London club, a South East London club, and like I said, best team in the world. We are moving on to the next round, which is logos without words. So there are some very famous logos coming up, but the words on that logo have been taken away, and it is up to you to figure out whether you know what that logo is without the words. So let's have a look at the first one, shall we? What is this logo? So have a look. It is a really famous logo, but I think without the words, it is really quite tricky to remember what this logo is. So have a look. Can you imagine what those words might be in the middle of it? And have a think about what is this logo. On to the next one. What is this logo here? Now, you may recognise this on your laptops or maybe your phones, or maybe your grown-ups at home have got this on their phone as a logo. What is this logo here? Do you recognise it? What company is this from? Have a good think. I think this one's quite tricky. Next logo. What is this logo? So it is a lovely panda, but what words usually come often underneath? What are the initials of this logo? And what company is this logo for? This lovely panda. What logo is this? What company is this? Now, this logo here, I bet we have seen a lot of this logo, especially throughout lockdown. So have a think about what logo this could be. I think, again, this logo looks quite different without the words or the letters with it. But I think it is something that we see quite a lot. And is maybe unrecognisable without the letters or words that it may have with it. So have a think, what is this logo that we see a lot probably? Moving on, next one, what is this? I think this again is another logo that we see all the time, all around us. So have a think, what is this logo? I think if you have a look at the type of fruit that it is, that may give you a clue. So have a think, what is this logo? Moving on to the next one. What is this logo here? A world made up of jigsaw puzzles with different letters on. I will give you a clue. The W on there is quite important. And you will probably mostly see this logo online. Have a think, where have you maybe seen this logo before? Now, this logo, I think quite a lot of you will recognise, I'm hoping. What is this logo? I think we see this quite a lot, but actually, without the words with it, it might be a bit tricky for you to figure out what this logo is. So have a look, a red rectangle with a white play button on the inside of it. What could this logo be? Have a think. Okay, so what we are going to do now, we have had all of our different rounds and we are going to go through the answers. So good luck and get your pens ready to be marking all of these, and let's see how many of these you have got correct. So the first set of answers is going to be for our close-up logos. So let's have a look at that first page of close-up logos. So here we have, our first round was sport. So let's go through and we can see what each one was, what each answer was. So for number one, it was Sky Sports. That was the logo for Sky Sports. For number two, it was Puma, the logo for Puma. Number three was Reebok, the logo there for Reebok. Number four was Adidas, that logo there. And number five was Nike. So there you have it. We've got Sky Sports, Puma, Reebok, Adidas, and Nike. So give yourself a point for every single one of those that you got correct. Our next set of logos is restaurants. So let's have a look at these. I'm wondering how many of these you got correct. So restaurant number one was, of course, KFC, Kentucky Fried Chicken. Restaurant number two, the answer was Pizza Hut. Restaurant number three, we've got the Golden Arches of McDonald's. Restaurant four, you could see that K there. It was, in fact, Burger King. And question five, your answer is Subway. So we have got KFC, Pizza Hut, McDonald's, Burger King, and Subway as your five answers for restaurants. Let's move on to the next round, was food. So I said that we had some crisps, we had some sweets, and we had a cereal company. So answer one is, of course, Kellogg's. You could see the K for Kellogg's there. Answer two, we are tasting the rainbow with Skittles. Answer three, we have got Pringles. Once you pop, you definitely cannot stop. Question four, we have got Walkers. And question five, we have got Maynard's wine gums. If you just wrote wine gums, that is absolutely okay. So we've got Kellogg's, we've got Skittles, we've got Pringles, Walkers, and Maynard's. This is definitely making me hungry. And if that wasn't making you hungry, this definitely will be making you hungry. These are all different chocolate bars. So let's have a look at these logos for different chocolate bars. So number one is, of course, Have a Break, Have a Kit Kat. Well done if you got that one correct. Number two I think is a bit trickier because it's one that we don't see as often, but oh my goodness, it is the tastiest chocolate. Number two is, of course, Milka. Number three, there's an X there that you can see. It is, of course, Twix. Number four, with that gold shiny packaging, is Crunchy. And number five is Mars. So well done if you got those correct. We've got Kit Kat, Milka, Twix, Crunchy, and Mars bar. Okay, let's move on to drinks. So we've got the drinks round now. What drinks are all of these logos? So number one, we have Pepsi. Number two, we've got 7 Up. Number three is Oasis. also a fantastic band. Number 4 is Sprite, and number 5 is Fanta. So we have Pepsi, 7-Up, Oasis, Sprite, and Fanta for our 5 drinks on this logo quiz. And the last round in this close-up logo quiz is cars and car manufacturers. So let's have a look. Number 1, we've got Mercedes-Benz. Number 2 is the stallion on the Ferrari. Number 3 is Ford. Number 4 is BMW. And number 5 there, we've got an animal. It is a Jaguar, so it is the car Jaguar. So we've got a Mercedes, Ferrari, Ford, BMW and Jaguar as the 5 cars and their logos. So well done if you got those correct. So I think these were quite tricky. So we are looking at the answers for football clubs. So what are these football club logos? Here are our answers. So this first one, as I said, was the blue and white. It was a London club, and it is, of course, Chelsea Football Club. So well done if you got that one correct. Let's move on. This one here was Liverpool FC. You can see the You'll Never Walk Alone at the top there. And as I said before, it is the Liver Bird that is on this. And I thought that might give it away with Liver Bird and Liverpool sounding very similar. So this one was Liverpool. Moving on, the cockerel stood on the ball is, of course, Tottenham Hotspur. Tottenham Hotspur have recently had a new ground built, which is very exciting. I was lucky enough to go to a Spurs Arsenal women's game, which was amazing, with a wonderful atmosphere and very comfortable seats. Our next logo is, of course, Brighton and Hove Albion. Brighton and Hove Albion known as the Seagulls, with that seagull logo, due to the fact that there are lots and lots of seagulls around the Brighton and Hove area. Again, this ground, there's a very nice new ground, the Amex, and actually very comfortable seats as well. And then our best logo here, the best logo out of this whole quiz. This is, of course, the Charlton Athletic logo. The best team in the world, doing fantastically, not so fantastically in the Championship currently. And I'm very excited to be watching some of their games online, as obviously we can't now get to the matches. But as I said before, best team in the world, Charlton Athletic. So well done if you know me and had got that one correct. Okay, moving on to what is this logo? Now, these logos are logos that do not have the words in. The words have been taken out, and as I said, I think some of them you probably see them every day, but without those words, it becomes really tricky. So let's have a look at these answers. So, what is this logo? Like I said, you probably see this every day on things, but if you cannot remember what the words are in there, then I think this could have been quite tricky. This is, of course, the Heinz logo. So you probably see that on your ketchup and your baked beans. But without those words, I thought this was quite a tricky one to figure out. That was the Heinz logo. Moving on, we've got this one here, the green circle with the 3 white kind of stripes on. I said that this may be seen on your phone or your grown-up's phone at home. And this is the Spotify logo, so you can use this app to stream music. It's a music streaming service, and it is the Spotify logo. Well done if you got that one correct. Next one here, we've got the lovely panda, but what is this logo? The panda is, of course, for the WWF. So well done if you got that one correct. Next one, this one here, I think lots of you would have seen this one, but again, without the words on it and not knowing what the company is, I think it could be quite tricky. Of course, this is Amazon. So you've probably seen this on lots of packages that have been delivered to your home on different occasions. I know I definitely have, and this is the Amazon logo here. Next question, what is this logo? So this one here, I said, if you know the fruit, it might give you a clue. It is, of course, apple. It is an apple, but the company is Apple, and you've got the iPhone and iPads and MacBooks as well that are all made by Apple. So well done if you recognised this symbol. On to this next logo. I said that the W might be a clue for you, and this logo is, of course, Wikipedia, the free encyclopedia. So online, if you are Googling anything, there's a good chance you might go onto the Wikipedia website to find out information. So that is Wikipedia. Well done for getting that one correct. And on to the next one, this one here, the red rectangle with the white play button inside. I'm sure you have recognised this, but it might have been something that you just couldn't quite think of what this logo was. It is, of course, YouTube. It is the YouTube logo for watching all of your videos. And for some of you watching this quiz on YouTube, so that logo is the YouTube logo. Now that is the end of our logo quiz. Thank you very much for playing. Make sure you add up your total score and let me know. Sounds like we will have lots of high scores for this, I think. So well done to all of you. And I will speak to you all soon. Congratulations.